Hey guys, I want to talk to you about stripping plastic miniatures. Came across another vid by another YouTuber, guy named Pepperoni, who gave me this technique. Tried it myself on loads of different miniatures now. I haven't lost any detail on the plastic miniatures. The ones I'm going to demonstrate on is these high elf archers here. Paint's been on some of them for a couple of years, other ones it's been on well plus 10 years. So I'm going to strip these little guys. The wonder product that I've came across, I say the tuber was Pepperoni, thanks very much Pepperoni. It's Dettol. Nothing fancy, nothing major, simply Dettol. So what you need is, I get this stuff from Costco, big massive bulk amounts, but you can keep using the same stuff over and over and over again. But you need yourself a small tub with Dettol in it that you can lob the plastic miniatures in. Leave them in there for about 24 hours and then strip away. Make sure you get enough Dettol to cover the miniatures, so that's enough to cover them completely. So bung that in there, and 24 hours later we'll take it and we're going to give them a good wee scrub. Hey guys, it's been roughly 24 hours and I want to get on with stripping these miniatures. So one thing, majorly want you to put on gloves. Don't put gloves on, expect to have very sore hands by the end of this process. Maybe not on the same day, but a couple of mornings later your hands become very dry. Cheap throwaway toothbrush, nothing major, but you can keep it with your Dettol tub, and mine stays in there at all times. Been using it for quite a long time now since I came across this process. And obviously the miniatures. You can see probably, hopefully on the video, but some of this paint's already coming away. I can get just my finger rubbing on it and it's starting to come away. It's lifting the shade already. This has been on here 10 years plus on some of these models. Some are only a couple of years old because it's the first models my miniature. First models my wife painted, first models I painted. From one of the previous iterations of Skill Pass, can't remember what it was called. But anyway, let's get on with the process. So say it's already coming away with the finger. Get your toothbrush and just gently rub away. The beauty of using Dettol is none of the detail gets ruined. None of the detail gets ruined whatsoever. Yeah, it's all coming off. Most of a grey miniature already. 20 seconds work, it's done. It's not a big chore, it's not a difficult job. One thing I must iterate though is do not let water get introduced into the mix. If you let water introduced into the mix, you end up with a gunky mass. Keep all water away from it. The only time you might introduce water is to give the models a final rinse when everything else is off. Otherwise, that's it. It's not difficult, it's relatively easy, and just keep going. And it's pretty much on that miniature just about all gone now. Tried using a bigger brush than a toothbrush, tried using something like that, it doesn't do the job. Stick with the toothbrush. I thought be more industrious, cover more of the model at the same time. It doesn't. You need the fineness of what a toothbrush gives you. So small cheap toothbrush. I've considered trying an electric toothbrush. I've just not bothered getting round to buying a wee cheap throwaway electric one yet to give it a bash with that, because to be honest the process is so easy anyway. I don't really know if I need it or whether it's just a waste of money. I could buy miniatures instead. So once I get more of these stripped, in fact no, let's just film some more of it. Let's keep going. See, coming away so easily. That was one of the older ones I think. Let me find one with a different paint job. And again, it's all coming off so easy. It's really easy guys, and hopefully you find this useful. Hopefully it's something you can use. Let's see if we can get a wee bit of zoom here. Try and keep the zoom on what I'm doing. See that came off so easy. There's a good one. Let's have a look at that, and it's all coming off. So that's Dettol, it's called in the UK. Don't know what it's called throughout the rest of the world. I assume it's a generic. That's the trademark brand name, but I'm sure generic stuff do the same job throughout the rest of the world. But that's what we've got over here, and it just brings up the miniature brilliantly. So these I'm going to be giving to my son to get him to try and paint. He's just into the hobby, so I'm going to get him trying to paint, hence why these are the ones that are getting stripped at this point. But you can, any paint job you put on, you don't like it, you can get it off relatively quickly. Once I've got everything fully stripped down, I'll give you a wee photo again, the stills, see if that will give you an idea of how much has come off. But it's 24 hours later. Don't get impatient and try it too early, because all it means is you need to stick them back in the Dettol bath again. Okay, right. I'm not going to film me cleaning all 20 miniatures or whatever it is I've got here, so that's enough for use. And I'll stick the stills on at the end. Last Dettol brush over. All the paint, as far as I can see visually, is stripped. Getting the toothbrush in every area. Keep rinsing the toothbrush in the Dettol. Don't introduce the toothbrush to the water, but keep going over it. Once you feel it's all completely, stick it under the tap just to rinse off any extra Dettol that may be sitting on there. So over to the Dettol. Final brush over. I reckon all the paint's off this miniature already anyway, but I'm just giving it a double check. One last brush over just to be safe. Make sure nothing's left on there, and then rinse it in the water. This one actually had a little bit of paint residue still on it, bit of mist. So rub it over. I'm going to have a sore thumb. I've burst the thumb of my glove. Any length of time your hands are in here, it doesn't do them the world of good. It is a powerful substance. It's not as powerful as some of these other stuff you guys seem to talk about, particularly over in the States. I can't remember the names of any because you can't get it over here, so in one ear, out the other. Forgot what the hell it was you were talking about. I came across this stuff. Probably important to get that Dettol off just so you've got a nice clean miniature for when you come to base coat again. Or undercoat and base coat, I should say. Put the lid back on your Dettol so you can store it. It's an old RSPB food container. Keep the brush in there. Bob's your uncle, job's a good one.